morning, Flosstube. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Daphne, and today is Tuesday, March 5th of the year 2024. First, I would like to say I'm very sorry that I didn't get a video out in February. I had recorded it, edited it, and then when I went to go upload it, it was gone. I don't know what happened to it. It went. I don't know if when I was in the getting ready to save it phase, if I just closed out the program and didn't do it. I don't know. And I didn't have the file. So, sorry about that. But anyway, welcome back to any current viewers and subscribers. And welcome, excuse me, to any new viewers and subscribers. It's great to have everybody here. And we are going to get in it. And we will get right onto it. So first, here is one of my WIPGO calls for February, which was 10 days on 3 things sampler, Memora Blackburn. So this is what it's going to look like. I believe I'm doing the called for fabric. I know it's, or a closed, I don't remember if it was called for or not. I'm doing it over 2. I don't even have any. Here's my paper. 32 count flax linen by Witch Alt. Over 2 strands with the called for DMC. And we'll go for the big view first. So here is the whole picture. And then I will fold it up and we will look at what I stitched. Let me see. I don't have exact totals, but I will put it on the screen what the total is. This one, I didn't write it down. Well, that's okay. It will be on the screen when we get to that. When I get to that, let me get this folded first here. My goodness. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit this way. Alright. There we go. I was working in this section, just finished filling in the flowers up here that any needed flowers, and finished this and did the birds here, and started on the row of trees. And it looks like I brought this down because there was strings hanging here, so there's that. This one, I know I did not do the full 10 days on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 out of the 10, so I need 6 more days this year on this one to be able to cross it out. So there is a 3 things sampler. And then next in the pile, just random pile, this is, whichever way you want to look at it, my New Year, New Start for 2024. It's Harvest Cornucopia. Here will be a picture of what it looks like. And this one just got a few stitches in it this month, in February. One night, and in the morning when I woke up, it was just calling my name. So, a little, about 300 stitches in it for February, and it pretty much will take the whole big piece. But we will just show you where we worked, because this is all it. This is. So this is the bottom right corner, I believe. So this is a total of, let me go back here. Come on. 16,082 stitches in this one so far this year. There's still a few missing spaces in here, but I think we've got it pretty well filled in, and I just go, nope, I hope I actually hold it the right way for you guys. This is the right way. So I go from the top and work my way down to the bottom, but in the rows I'm working up and then back down, so I bring it up and down. So this is the way it goes. Had it the wrong way. This is the way it goes. So that's Harvest Cornucopia. And next up on my list is Pandemic. Pandemic got a couple hundred stitches. I don't know. I would think I had it for a weekend in February. Yeah. About 800-ish stitches. And I was brave because I had reached all sides except for one corner, so I cut the fabric down so it's not as crazy to manage. But this is the section that I was working on. Okay, you're not helping me at the moment. So this is where I was working in this flower area, I believe, getting that in. Works better over here. Okay. Oops. So there's the flowered section. We're just slowly working, do this way, and then come over and do this too, and then come over and do those ones. So that's all I have left. It's nice to be able to just have this size of fabric. I just gotta seam my edges here so that they don't go flying away. So that's Pandemic. Next up is Song of Summer, and this one was just under 1,000 stitches. And here is what it would look like. This is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Donna Gelsinger. Sorry, wrong chart. And I'm working down this section. And we are currently at, I don't think I worked on it in March yet. We are at 9.95%. And we are at 36,333 stitches total for this project. This is another one that's a big girl. But I think this one only takes all but like 6 inches of this fabric. So here is the whole thing in its entirety so far. And then I will fold it up. And we were working down in this section here, just filling in some more of the colors. This one, the way I do this one is I look at the 10 by 10, the next 10 by 10 block, and pick the top color, the high symbol in that 10 by 10 block, work that string until it runs out, or there's no more stitches of that. And then I go to that same 10 by 10 block that I started, and if there are no more in that block, then I move over to the next one, look in that block. I just continue going 10 by 10 blocks the width of the page, and then I just keep going down. I don't stop at pages, except for on the width, but as you can see, I am feathering over to the next row, the next section of pages. And I do section feather down as I'm going as well. So, enjoying this one as well. So, Song of Summer. And then up next is, let me see, Schoolhouse Rocks, yes. I don't have an image for you, but I'll put an image here. It was designed by the Black Needle Society. As you got this chart if you donated or bought, actually, if you bought off of their local school system's Amazon wish list. So this one, when the month started, there was 151 stitches, because this was one of my New Year 12x12s, and I ended the month with 1,449 stitches, for a total percentage of 8.90%. So this is dyed fabric I dyed myself, 18 count, just a sky blue, and this is where we currently are. I worked on the grass, finished up the grass, and just picked a color that I had, and I just went with it for a little bit, and I started in on the schoolhouse. I think I got all the white in the schoolhouse, and then, can't see the white. Then I started in with the red for the brick. So there is Schoolhouse Rocks, or Schoolhouse Rock. And then also in this bag is my Whipco piece for March. I have not worked on it yet because it's not scheduled until the end of the month, but it's called Society Stitcher. It's another Black Needle Society one, and it was also one of my 12x12s, and it's on a piece of hand-dyed 32 count Lugana even weave by Fiber on a Whim in the colorway Cypress. And this is what I have. Like it's not a whole lot right now, because this was one of my 12x12s for New Year's Eve. And up on the bottom, you start, this is Society Stitcher, I believe, with a teacup on top. So there's that one. This one will get 10 days towards the end of the month. And then next up here on my pile is Snowman Stocking. I've done a little bit for February and a little bit for March. Here's an image of what it will look like when it's finished. Heaven and Earth Designs. And here, oops, is where it currently is. We are currently at 64.74%. Just starting to, can't really see very well, but you might be able to see a little bit. I'm just starting to make it fatter here for the toe, and I will slowly be getting to the heel on this side. But I pretty much worked in this section, filling in any empty spaces. I believe pretty much from here up is completely full. So from the bottoms of the pillars here all the way up is full. There might be a few stragglers on the sides that I'll go in and fill in when I get it completely off the frame, so I can just sit and look at it. And I still have to come up and do the name, because I'm adding a little bit of extra, so that I can put the name up on the top up here. So snowman stocking. So there's that one. And then next up on my list that I did a little bit of work on is QS Holiday, A Stitch in Time. This one got between 300 to 400 stitches. I want to say this one was a weekend one. Yeah, but it didn't get a lot. It was a nice weekend, I think, so we spent some time outside. About 400, round about between 300 to 400 stitches. Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is just the bottom, one little snippet scene out of the big Stitch in Time. 28 count, 1/1, full cross, called for DMCs. So here's the whole thing. Whoops, come on, flosses, cooperate. So here is, excuse me, the full what I worked on in February. I've finished this diagonal here, and I think I started a couple lines up in the top of the next diagonal, but didn't get a whole bunch done this time around. But that sled's really nice. I think I've only got like 5 or 6 diagonals left before I hit the left-hand corner. And dinos will start getting shorter, because this is a full page diagonal and then a little bit of the last row of pages. Just figured I'd do them all at once. The long diagonal. So there is QS Holiday. Up next is my Praiseworthy Stitches, Simple Gifts Halloween. Following Athena Stitching Goddess Designs, she broke this down into 12 different sections. I have yet to complete a section in the month, but when the month starts, I start the new section. So January started, February started, and I started March, because I did this a little bit this month. So here is that. And my colors are, if I can find them to get them out, just DMC Black. And we are using Plum Paisley and Embers from Classic Colorworks. So there's the colors. Put this over there. Those are the colors. And it's on a dyed fabric by myself. So you can't see January, but, or much of February's section. But, actually, yeah, because February was this part. Oh, help if you could see it. February was this part, and this is part of March's section, and this is the edge of the pattern. 1/1, 28 count, full cross. So maybe I'll get March done. Then if I get March done, I want to work on it, I can go back and work on February. And if I get February done, then I can go back and work on January. That's my plan, is to work on the section of that current month. If I don't finish it, then when the next month comes, move on to that next section and go back and finish any other sections, if time so allows, or at the end of the year, just finish it up. So there is Simple Gifts Halloween. I'm gonna close up the baggie. And the next one up on my list, this one is a kit that I received Bouquet of Irises. The very nice kit. I did a short on my Instagram with this kit, opening it up. It's nice kit. You get your, it's a colored pattern, so you get your colored pattern. You get your instructions, you get your Ada. So this is what I have so far. Don't know stitches, so I'm not really counting stitches on this one. It was background and started it on the flowers. So what I'm doing is taking the tie symbol and working that color in. I was working just the background for a while. I would pick a color and just work that for a couple strands, because the background here is 2 strands and the flower is 3 strands. So I'd work, you know, like however many strands I pulled out of one color, then I'd go over to the lighter color, back and forth. But now it's all pretty much even. There's a few left in the flowers, that's the top section, and then I'll come over here and do a strand like I do always with the typewriter that I do. But it won't be in a 10 by 10 block, it'll be across this. This is the break of the page where it folded, so I made a working copy. And your colors, your flosses come on cards. I just labeled card 1 and card 2 so that I knew. So you can see the colors that I have used so far are the longer ones. The ones that are still short, like these purples and this pink, I haven't used them yet. They've fold them in half and then hang them, so I unfold them to give me the long length. For that, there's card 1, and then there's card 2. So you have to just watch when you're stitching it just to make sure that you get the correct stitches, the thread count for the right stitch. Next up was my other February call. Whipco was a snowflake, a Quaker style, RETM. This one was, let me see. Or was this January? Hang on. No, it's Quaker Snowflake. Why am I not seeing it on my list? Oh, there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 of the 10 days, so it just needs 5 more days throughout the year. And I'm using Witchelt Imports Jobelin in the color Denim Blue. 28 count 1/2 with the diamond. I learned just to use smaller strands of this, smaller lengths, and they work better. Here is where it was, and here is where it is currently. So here's where it is. Hang on, I'm just fighting with this fabric today. There. Come on. Hold on my bottom. There we go. So when this is another one of my 12 by 12s for New Year's. And when I had started it, it was just up here. This is the middle of the top. So just working up here when I first did it. So the 5 days did get me everything else. I stopped over here is where, on the left hand side. Excuse me. This is where my last day was on it, and so you can see there's the top up here. So what I might do is when I work it, just work the top half and then come back down and work the bottom half. I think that's the way the pages run. I'm just going to work it page by page. There's only 2 pages, so it's not that bad. So like I said, I've got 5 more days that I need to get on this one. Next up on the list is this one here is a finish. This is going to be a gift. An anime character from their favorite anime show on dyed fabric that I dyed myself. I just need to get this framed. I have a while to get it framed. I have till graduation season. So there's that 18 count. This was one of my New Year, New Start 12 by 12s, and I focused on getting it finished in January and February. And then I also worked a little bit on turning this next piece into my focus piece. It is called, let me move my paper, Happiness is Sunflowers, Rosie and Me. These charts are you can only find them at a LNS that goes by the name of CC and Company. That's their in-house design. So there is CC. Happiness is Sunflowers. So this one has been getting a little bit of love every day. I'm proud to say it should be finished very shortly. And the fabric that I am using is Enchanted by Mystic Fabrics 32 count. It doesn't need the whole thing, but this is where it currently is. I can take this off. Just don't want to take it completely out of the frame because it's right in that good spot. But that's where it is. I think there's like 2 more flowers and words, and then it'll be all done. So that is Happiness is Sunflowers. Like I said, I do just 1 sunflower a day, little bit each day, you know. Get your progress on your projects. Who would have think that? So there's that one. So that's, and I did do a little bit on this one here. This is Sloth, Stitching Jewels design. It's a monochrome. This one is going to be another gift, but it's going to be a long ways away. Long way away. Dyed fabric myself. It's a neither blue. I need to find... It's going to take a lot of this fabric, even over 1. Need to begin. So here is where Sloth is currently with... We'll just go to March here. Sloth is 2.35%, 1,119 stitches. Does it look like a sloth? Can you tell? Is the tree that the sloth is on right here. I think this is part of the sloth as well. I was going to try to do it in 2 different colors, like the black for the sloth and then like a brownish color or brown for the sloth. I was going to try to do it in 2 colors, but it just wasn't. I didn't think I could pick out where the sloth was on the tree to really show any difference, so I just said, that's it, we'll just do it as one. I just found a needle. I gotta figure out which project that goes to. So There's the sloth 1/1 full cross 28 count even weave with black DMC. Nothing special, nothing fancy. So there's that one. Next up on the list is Sunflowers by Mary Ann Broom, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And as you remember or don't know, I am working the top row of pages, so I'm actually over here on this edge, the left edge, right edge of the pattern. And yeah, we're getting there. Same style, just picking in the 10x10 block, working that color in wherever it is within a reason. And yeah, right now I'm in background, but that's okay. And this is my whip go piece for March. So that's on the frame, and I was working on it yesterday. I will insert a picture here of the whole piece so you can see what it looks like. But this is where it is now. Yesterday I was working up in this, finishing more of this leaf. So then my 10x10 block is over here. This string is still attached because that's still where I'm working. So there is Sunflowers, Mary Ann Broom. This one yesterday was 456 stitches. Sunflowers, we are at 28.67% complete so far. This is just the back of the sunflowers. I just put this with my little thread peel just to hold it up out of the way, keep it off of me. And my last piece is going to be Game of Thrones. I'll insert a picture here because I finished the row of pages. So I know people like to see, I like to show the row of pages when I take it off the frame, because you don't see it often off the frame. So it's nice to, see it in its entirety when it's off the frame. So here is where we are so far. I finished the row in February and started this row, part of this in February. I've been doing a little bit of it in March as well. I think we figured it was six rows of pages done out of 9, and a little bit of the last. So it's about a year a row of pages. So maybe 20, 30. We'll see. Long time project. I've been working on this since 2019. But it's well worth it. Well worth it. Game of Thrones. So that, everything's gonna fall, is all of my stitching that I've done that I was going to show you for the February and in the February video, and that I did in February. Once again, I'm very sorry that I didn't get the February update out. It just miraculously disappeared somehow. I don't know where it went to, what happened. Might have been my fault, but it happens. So with that, I hope everybody has a great day and a great month, and I hope you're able to get some stitching in on your projects. And with that, I'll say, have a great one. Bye, everyone.